Oh, it is on. Sorry it had to be this way.
Starlight and Sunset have been very similar characters from early on. Both were bad guys from the beginning, but due to Twilight pointing out the error of their ways, they'd start becoming better, and then everything is good, look at that. Their next appearances focus on them developing their characters so they start accepting friendship and becoming bigger assets in the series, and you can buy toys of them. They're the ones that change the most in future appearances because they have the most to grow. I guess besides Discord. One of the biggest differences between them is just how much friendship has affected them before the initial cast finds them. Sunset didn't even have any friends until she had to have friends to recover socially from being a demon. Starlight had her own fallout over a friendship with one of her close friends, and that was the decision that affected how she saw others. Friendship played opposite parts in their development. In some regards, Sunset had both the runtime and more of a reason to drastically change. Let's go into the cons a little bit more. For one, early Starlight seems to go to extremes to understand and control friendship, and has the most time to develop in series. Sunset has some short movie runtimes to change, which was more at first, but can't compete with a bunch of seasons. After the fact though, both seem genuine about their changes, but Starlight can be a little sarcastic sometimes, and it makes you question how deep it goes.
Alright, I'll change him back!
Sunset, on the other hand, offers more of a blind eye going into friendship because of her setup. It's implied she never really had a clue about it. I guess we can count Princess Celestia as a friend or mentor thing, but that relationship isn't really explored that much outside the comics and that one time. Starlight, on the other hand, has the high ground.
I have the high ground!
No! Because being in the main series, she has access to a bigger cast to make friends with. By season 7, everyone that comes to Twilight's party is her friend on some level. Starlight also has ties before introduced to the series, and even joins her former slave glorious free ponies into becoming friends with her themselves. Starlight is better at friendship because she has both the time to shine, it's her main goal for a certain amount of time, and because she has more resources available to her. There's a big huff when Sunset didn't notice another student, and she feels hurt by it, but would Starlight have done the same? Possibly? Another is to compare how each character has faced specific challenges. Sunset has to win back a whole student body who's hated her and just has 5 girls to help her. She only wins their respect back after learning a lot from Twilight, but she does so on her own. How they interact, because we can study that as well, is something else to consider. Starlight is more curious when Sunset is actually the more level-headed one. What's leadership or something?
I know my friends and I have been given special powers for a reason, and I want to be ready for whatever is going to be thrown at us.
So it seems like even though two characters follow similar arcs, they are very different characters. Starlight, I think, is the curious one with a smart head on her shoulders, while Sunset seems the more grounded but warm one. At the surface, it seems like these characters, though, have a similar plot thread and serve similar roles in their stories. But if we look closer, we can see that they have different personalities, different advantages and disadvantages, and overall different time periods to develop. In my opinion, although Starlight has the upper hand with a better understanding of friendship, Sunset learning from the ground up and slowly winning the student body back is a little bit more relatable story to people. How many of you had slaved your group of horses to go back on that one guy who never texted you? My personal choice is Sunset.
Move this man!
But, as always, it depends a lot on what you see in these characters and what they symbolize. Do we want a character who got off on the wrong start and is slowly relearning through the help of some magical pony princess? Or someone who has to fight a Sigma with a group of friends? I guess by default the high school setting is, again, a little bit more relatable, depending on how your high school experience or secondary school or whatever went. So if you like that video, please remember to like it, share it, subscribe it, bop it, twist it, move it, shake it. I appreciate the support, because you're awesome, and I love you. And that's all, folks, except it's not time for the ending gag.
Tornado Rojo!
I'm the red cyclone, all right, comrade. I am Zangief.
I am the Hurricane of the Gulf of Mexico! My name is El Fuerte! Ha! Can a cyclone beat a hurricane?
Let's find out, shall we?